Yeah. Hi, my name's Chris. So as a student, what is something that's vital to your understanding of a class? It's taking notes. So right here I got a laptop and I got a notebook, and these are two ways you can take notes in classes. And I'm here to explain to you why taking notes in a notebook is more beneficial. So my three main points are that handwritten notes makes you focus on the important parts of a lecture. Also, that students retain more information about a topic when writing notes. And finally, that taking notes on a computer uh, comes with the temptation of doing things other than taking notes. So first off, writing notes makes a writer focus on the important parts of a lecture. So from an article that I found called Note Taking, Writing versus Typing Notes, found on studyskills.com, some research was done on students taking notes in a classroom setting, and they found that when notes are taken in a notebook, students are able to write down everything the teacher says. This then forces those students to uh, focus on and listen to the important parts of a topic. With that information they then summarize what they learned from it, from the lecture, and then put it down in written form. So for the students that were typing it, they basically just took everything down word for word, didn't learn much. So this is why handwritten notes and focusing on the important parts of a topic is beneficial to the student, because when a student comes back and looks at these summarized notes that they have, there won't be as much useless information as like for the people typing the notes, because they already summarized the important things that they learned. So this focusing on the important part of a lecture also makes a student utilize their senses. So from an article titled Handwritten Notes versus Typed Notes, Is There a Difference? From StudyRite.net, they found that taking handwritten notes makes the brain more active. So the student's process of learning is enhanced. So basically, focusing on the important parts of a topic and then summarizing those handwritten notes will not only help the student learn more, but also engage their senses. So because writing notes makes students focus on the important parts of the lecture, this will help them keep that information that they learned in their mind. So this goes on to my second point, which students retain more information about a topic when writing notes. So in an article titled Why Using a Pen and Paper, Not Laptops, Boosts Memory, Why Writing Notes Helps Recall Concepts and Ability to Understand, from medicaldaily.com. Writing notes, there were two experiments done and on two groups of students, and one of those groups were just people that took notes on the computer, and the other one was people that took notes by hand. And the two experiments were both tests. One was 30 minutes after the lecture, and one was a week after the lecture. And what they found was in both cases, the students that wrote the notes did it better on the test. This was a result of the students who typed. They didn't know, they basically took the lectures word for word, and they learned less because there was no thinking involved into what they were doing. So while you will be able to take more notes on a computer if you go that way, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll take better notes and understand it more. Also, a quote that I found connecting to this is an article called Writing Then by Hand Improves Your Memory, experts say, from HuffingtonPost.com.au. And it is basically because we can keep pace typing, but we can't keep pace with handwriting. It means that we have different ways of encoding the information, which then in turn leads to richer memory. This is saying that writing notes helps us understand more information about a topic because it teaches students to pick out the key points of a lecture. So not only does writing notes help a student remember what they learned better, but it keeps them focused on the class as well. So the same cannot be said for computers. Computers comes with the temptation of doing things other than taking notes. It was found in an article titled Here's Why You Should Take Notes by Hand Instead of with a Laptop from lifehack.org. It says that on average, students use computers, spend 40% of the class on productivity killers. This is emails, browsing the web, or just texting. So students should just stick to taking notes in a notebook, so they won't have that temptation to go browse the web, and they can just pay attention in class. With many distractions a computer can give to the note taker, I also found an article called It's Time to Ban Computer Note Taking from schoolleaders.now.com. that there's also a secondhand distraction when it comes to computers that they said. So meaning that those around the person browsing the web or emailing someone who can see that the screen in front of them also get distracted as well, resulting in a lot less people learning because they're all distracted as well. This temptation that comes with taking notes on a computer just further aids the main point of this speech is that taking notes with a pencil and a notebook is better for a student to learn than taking notes with a computer. Overall, writing notes makes a student target the important parts of a topic while they're taking notes. Also, students remember more of the information in a lecture when writing notes. And finally, that taking notes on a computer comes with the temptation of not focusing on the class and using productivity killers. So, finally, it's throughout this whole speech, it's been proven that writing notes is better for understanding topics. So just stick with writing notes to help get yourself a better grade in a class and actually learn the information that is being presented in class. So thanks for listening.